Hi, everybody. My name is Paul Coates. I'm a solutions architect at IriusRisk, and today we are going to be looking at an example of a CI/CD pipeline integration with the IriusRisk platform. Now, we're going to be using Jenkins for this, and we have a number of scripts on our Jenkins pipeline that are going to be looking at checking if in our platform we have any required countermeasures. That means, do we have anything that we still plan to do? And if so, we'll stop the build. If that passes, we'll be making sure that we don't have any, we don't have zero implemented items because there's nothing that's being built. We'll also be checking for items that are implemented, what are the test results? If they've passed or not, and if they haven't passed, of course, we'll stop the build there. But if they have passed and they have been implemented, and we have no required countermeasures, then the build can continue. And in our case, it'll just print out some text, but in reality, this is where you might look to promote code or do other items. So let's have a look at what that looks like. We have here just a simple architecture. That is what we're going to be using today. And if I go over to the Threats and Countermeasures tab at the top, we can see that we have one required item in our countermeasures. We have three that are already implemented, which is great. So let's run the Jenkins pipeline and see what happens. If I switch tabs over to our pipeline, and if I look at running this now, if I hit build now, then we can see that immediately we have failed here, number 10. So I'm going to go to console output, and you can see that the first item, the first script has run, which is just pulling out some details about our project and our threat model. And the second script here is run, and it said, okay, we found some required items. So we're marking this as a failure. Right, let's fix this. So that'll be because we have this item here. I can choose to move this over into an implemented state. And if we go back to Jenkins and I go back to my pipeline, I can hit build now. We can run it again and see what happens. Right, number 11, we can see it's failed again. Okay, so let's have a look at the console output. Again, the first script has run. We've got our project details. The second script has run. And in this case, now it's said, fantastic, no required items found. We can proceed. So we move on to the third script. Now, the third script is finding that there are unpassed tests on the implemented controls. So we need to resolve this in order to continue on. So I go back to IriusRisk, and if I have a look at my implemented countermeasures, if I open up the one that we moved over to an implemented state before, I can see as I scroll down, I've got a test state down here on the right-hand side, and I can see, this is not tested. Right, let's update this here so that all tests are passed. And if I hit save, and then we will run the script once again. If I go back to my CI/CD demo, and if I hit build now, we can see that, there we go, we have a green tick success. Let's have a look at the console output. First script has run, second script has run, no required items. Third script has run, all implemented controls have passed tests, fantastic. A fourth script is now running, which is saying, this is all good. Perhaps we promote code to staging or do whatever it might be that we would do in a real world scenario. So thanks for listening and catch you next time.